All right, let's talk about something that probably drives you crazy online. All those fake websites and scammer profiles. But we're not just going to talk about how to spot them. Nope, today we're diving deep into the anatomy of a takedown. We're going to look at how these malicious sites are actually and legally shut down for good.
I mean, come on, who hasn't seen one of these? You're just scrolling through your feed, minding your own business, and bam, there it is. An online store with a deal that's just way too good to be true. Or maybe it's a social media profile that looks like a brand you love, but something's just a little bit off. You know that feeling, right? That little alarm bell in your head? Well, that's exactly what we're getting into, because these things are absolutely everywhere. So, to make sure we're all on the same page, there's actually a term for these things. The industry calls them rogue entities. It's a great name for them, right? A rogue entity is basically any online profile or website that's been set up for one reason and one reason only: to trick you, to scam you, or to straight up impersonate a real, legitimate brand.
Okay, so when a real company finds one of these fakes out there, they're at a crossroads. They've got to make a choice, and it really boils down to two very different ways of handling it. Are you just going to sit back and research it, or are you going to take action?
And this really breaks down those two options. On one hand, you've got what's called passive intelligence. Think of it like being a detective. You're gathering clues from public sources, you might dig into their supply chain, but you're not actually stepping in to stop them. Not yet, anyway. But then, on the other hand, you have proactive action. This is where you go on the offensive. This is the assertive approach, where the whole goal is just one thing: get rid of the threat. And that's exactly where we're going to focus for the rest of this explainer. So that leads to the million-dollar question, right? If you're going to go on the attack, how do you do it without, becoming a bad guy yourself? How can you take these guys down legally? Well, it turns out there is a very structured and completely legitimate way to get it done. All right, let's open up the playbook. We're going to walk through the actual strategy here. And just to be super clear, this has nothing to do with hacking or some kind of digital vigilantism. It's a step-by-step, methodical process that actually uses the existing system to tear these fake operations apart.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The process is, and I quote, strictly legitimate. It all works by using the effective legal remedies that are already out there. So think about it this way. You're not fighting fire with fire, you're using the fire department, the established rules, to put the fire out for good.
So, what does this playbook actually look like? Well, it's a 5-point takedown strategy. A legitimate company will hit the rogue site from all sides. They'll report it to the social media platforms it's on, they'll report it to the search engines so nobody can find it, they bring in government regulators, they go after the financial institutions handling the money, and they even report them to the shipping companies they're using to move fake products. And this is the brilliant part. You have to understand why this 5-pronged attack works so well. It's because you're not just poking the bear, you're cutting off all of its lifelines. You report them to the platforms, boom, they're deplatformed. You report them to search engines, poof, they're invisible. You bring in the regulators, now the authorities are involved. And here's the kicker. You go after the financial institutions and the shipping companies, you've just cut off their money and their ability to move their product. You are systematically dismantling their entire operation.
Now you might think, okay, so you took down one fake website, big deal, but the impact is actually way, way bigger than that. It creates this powerful ripple effect that ends up making the whole internet a little bit safer for all of us.
And really, this is the main takeaway. Being proactive like this isn't just about playing a game of whack-a-mole with scammers. Every single time one of these takedowns is successful, it sends a message. It makes it that much harder for the next bad actor to set up shop. It helps secure the online world for real businesses, and maybe most importantly, it helps restore a little bit of trust for you and me. So I want to leave you with a final question to chew on. We've seen that taking these sites down is a real team effort, right? But in this constant battle for a safer internet, who do you think is actually the most important player? Is it the giant tech platforms that give these sites a home? Is it the government regulators who make the rules? Or is it us, the everyday users who have the power to spot them, report them, and refuse to fall for their tricks? It's definitely something to think about.